Good evening, everyone. I am Mateo, and today I will talk to you about the cultural dimension. Well, we can see a lot of different points about it, but let's start. Cultural dimension. Communication in high versus low context culture has the need to develop intercultural competences. Okay? Well, the first statement say the great Hofstede's cultural dimension. Well, we can see we can see five different cultural dimensions. And the first one is individualism versus collectivism. The next one is power distance, high versus low. And the next one is masculinity versus femininity. Then the next one say uncertainty avoidance, high versus low. And the last one is long versus short-term orientation. Okay, we can see uh, faster this one. And individual versus collectivism talks about focus on understanding whether people in society are defined as independent individuals or as a member of a group. You have to identify yourself. The next one say power distance. It determines the distance between the less influential member of a culture and the bosses. Okay, the maybe social economical differences. Masculinity versus femininity. Explain. That's a very interesting point. Explain how in culture with a greater masculinity values such as ambition and competition predominate. On the other hand, in a culture with greater femininity values such as modesty and cooperation predominance. Yeah, they are so different. And point number four, cultures that have a low degree of tolerance for uncertainty are less open and receptive, while cultures with high tolerance are more open and tolerant of and strange people, forget it. And the last one is long versus short-term orientation. There are cultures that have a broader degree of cultural temporal orientation. Okay, you just have a little space on time to incorporate in the culture to you. Okay, and you have a short space of time. The next one say, we can see a question, what is the concept of intercultural competence and what does it mean? Well, intercultural competence is the ability to interact assertively with cultures different from or of our own. This encompasses appropriate communication, which implies clear and effective communication. Okay, this means that intellectual competence allows us to successfully navigate multicultural contexts and different environments around the world. Okay, we can see other questions that say, what is the role for efficient intercultural communication? That's so simple. Its role for efficient intercultural communication is fundamental. Okay, since it is responsible for facilitating positive interaction and ensuring clear and mutual understanding between people of different countries. Okay. The next one slide say difference in communication between high and low context culture. Okay, in high context culture, communication is generally more implicit and subtle, while in low context cultures, communication tends to be cons considerably more explicit and direct. Okay, an example, uh, I will tell you that like an example as example, please. An example could be that of a person could be that a person from the United Kingdom and visit a Latin American countries such as Peru, Ecuador. Um, anyways, um, typically Latin Americans have a more expressive language or way to speak is more it's faster and we use little strange words, while a British person has a calmer way of communicating. and this could make their interaction difficult and complicate effective communication between them. Okay, as you can see, there are examples of high and low context countries. And we can see high context China, Saudi Arabia, Japan, India, and South Korea. Okay, as you can see, there are countries from um, Medium Orient. And low context, we can see Germany, Canada, Australia, United Kingdom, and United States. Obviously, uh, in Europe, America countries. And in high context cultures, communication tends to be more indirect, and people are expected to read between the lines. Okay, you have to infer, or you have to already know what they want to say. And in low context cultures, precision and clarity are valued, and communication is more literal. The next one slide say link between cultural dimension, intercultural communication, and the need to develop intercultural competence in EFL learners. Well, we can see the three different statements, cultural dimensions. Crespo 2022 and 2022 states that cultural dimensions are characteristics and that describe the variations in values, attitudes, and behavior between different cultures. The intercommunications, well, intercultural competences is the ability to interact effectively and appropriately with people from other countries. That's so important because you have to, you gotta try to have a conversation, a conversation, and interact, but in a good way, okay? And in a shared and effectively way. And the EFL students' needs. Understanding cultural dimension and promoting intercultural competences is essential for EFL learners. And this is not only improves their ability to communicate effectively with speakers of other cultures, but also prepares them to participate meaningfully in a, in a globalized world. Okay, these slides say importance of knowledge of cultural dimension and the development of intercultural competences in EFL students. Well, as you can see, are some reasons why it is necessary. The first one say avoid misunderstandings. Okay, since each culture has its own social norms, students can avoid misunderstanding and unintentional offenses by developing their intercultural competences. The second one point say efficient communication. That's so important because intercultural competences enable students to understand and use English effectively in different social and cultural contexts. So you have to know how to speak in English, but adapting your new language in every single different part of the world, countries, of world countries. And the last one is integral education. Incorporating the cultural dimension in language teaching offers a more comprehensive education, preparing students to function better in different cultural contexts. And that was all. Thanks for your attention. That's the references about my investigation. And yeah, thanks for your time. I hope to see you soon. I hope this information will be helpful to you. And please don't forget it. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. Thank you.